what we want it, we get it, and sometimes we hurt others in the process. But when Jesus reigns in our heart, our love for one another should be so tight and so strong that no outside force, no enemy, no work of the enemy can break through our bond of love. And although the enemy applies the pressures of lies, the pressures of rumors, the pressures of gossip, when Jesus reigns in our heart, then love bears up under that pressure. Not only does love have everything to do with it, not only should we live in love, not only should we allow Jesus to reign in our heart, but the next diamond standard that we can find in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, diamond standard and pearl of wisdom, is that we must believe the best about people. When you know Jesus to be your Savior, you can believe the best about people. If you allow your mind to just roll back on who you were before you met Jesus, then it should encourage you to believe the best about people, because when you know where you have come from, and when you know your own past failures, when you know your own testimony and how God looked beyond your sin and God saved you in spite of yourself, then it should encourage us, my dear sisters, to believe the best about people. Now, this is not to say that we should be gullible and taken advantage of, but we should believe the best about people. And when you believe the best about people, then you don't mind reaching outward. When you know Jesus is your Savior, you don't mind reaching out to benefit someone else. We should all get to the point in life where we are not seeking our own good, but we're seeking the good of other people so that they can experience Jesus just like we have experienced Jesus. And you can only do that when you believe the best about people. Love looks out for other people, realizing that we are our sister's keeper. I know we live our own individual lives and we have our own thing going on, but truly we are our sister's keeper. Christian love in the church doesn't listen to the naysayers, but it is ready to believe the best about everyone and every situation. When you believe the best about people, you're not thinking evil about people, but you're thinking on those things that are praiseworthy, those things that are excellent, and those things that are pure. When you know Jesus to be your Savior, you say, if he did it for me, then he can do it for someone else. So we believe the best about other people. Not only does love have everything to do with it, not only should we live in love, not only should we allow Jesus to reign in our lives, not only should we believe the best about people, but the next diamond standard and pearl of wisdom is that as sisters, we have to persevere during difficult times. That's what Paul teaches us and helps us to understand in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, that when the Spirit of Christ lives within, God will enable you to persevere during difficult times. God will enable you to hold your ground when you can no longer believe or hope. To persevere during difficult times means that you wait out the trouble and you don't strike out against adversity. When the Spirit of Christ lives within, in the midst of difficult times, you see the bright side of the situation because you have confidence in God and confidence in His Word. You have that confident expectation that God will do just what His Word says that God will do. When the Spirit of Christ lives within, God will enable you to endure in the face of persecutions. So when others are slandering your name, God will hold you up under that and enable you to endure. When others are abusing and mistreating you, God will enable you to persevere during those difficult situations. When they're stabbing you in the back, the Spirit of Christ within you enables you, because if the truth be told, we can't do it on ourselves. So it's the Spirit of Christ within us that strengthens us to endure during those difficult times. Not only does love have everything to do with it, not only should you live in love, not only should you allow Jesus to reign in your life, not only should we believe the best about people, not only should we persevere during difficult times, but the last diamond standard and pearl of wisdom that is found in 1 Corinthians 13 is that there is a more excellent way. Because if we speak God's word with power, revealing all of his mysteries, making everything plain as day, and if we have faith that says to a mountain, jump, and it jumps, but we don't love, then we are nothing. If we give everything we own to the poor, but we don't love, then we have gotten nowhere. So no matter what we say, what we believe, and what we do, we are bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut itself. Love doesn't have a swollen head. Love doesn't force itself on others. Love is not a me first mentality. Love doesn't fly off the handle when someone says something to you. Love doesn't keep a score of the sins of others. But what love does do is that it holds up under the pressure. What love does do is that it trusts God always. Love never looks back, but love keeps going until the end. And as women of God with diamond standards and pearls of wisdom, we have to trust God steadily and unswervingly hope in God. We should love extravagantly because love is a more excellent way. Amen.